Let's talk a little bit about taking a catch and release approach to the lightsaber hobby. So people often ask me, hey, saber sourcing, how many lightsabers do you have? You must have a huge collection. You must have a room full of lightsabers. And as much as I'd like to say that I do, I actually don't. And that's because I take this catch and release approach to collecting, and that enables me to kind of get exposure to a broad range of lightsabers. And that's something that I really appreciate about this method as well. So what is catch and release? Now, you might think of the term with fishing. I know that's kind of the first thing that comes to mind for me. If somebody's going fishing and doing a catch and release, they, go on the trip, go out in the boat, catch a fish, take a picture with the fish maybe, and then toss it back into the lake. So you can kind of metaphorically do the same thing with lightsabers, except what you do is you purchase a lightsaber, enjoy it for a while, maybe even use it a little bit, and then sell it. So that would be the lightsaber version of returning a fish back to the lake. And so, some people will do this. They'll sell the lightsaber just after they've gotten the enjoyment out of it. So they're not necessarily concerned too much about recouping their costs. Now, on the other hand, cost is important to a lot of people. And so what you can do is you can actually purchase used lightsabers, and in some cases you're more likely to recoup your money back if you've gotten a used lightsaber. So, I bought a lot of lightsabers on eBay and in different Facebook groups, different lightsaber groups. And those are some great places to find some very affordably priced lightsabers, and lightsabers that you will likely be able to sell at least for the amount that you paid. Now, also, a lot of times lightsaber companies will hold sales. So if one of the major saber companies has a sale, sometimes they'll have clearance sales on items, sometimes they'll have really deep discounts, and you can take advantage of a sale like that, get a lightsaber you've been looking at, and, use it for a while, that good stuff, and then sell it, and then move on to the next one. So this is a really interesting approach that allows people to kind of get a more broad exposure to lots of lightsabers that are out there. And that's why I personally like the approach. So I know a lot of you imagine that I have a giant room filled with lightsabers, but the reality is that's not the case. So I often apply this catch and release method to my lightsaber purchasing, and that's really how I'm able to talk about kind of the wide variety of lightsabers that I do, because I'm not like a billionaire or anything like that. I'm not like a Bruce Wayne with a secret fortune or something. I'm just pretty much like you, watching. And I think just about anybody can use this method to kind of experience lots of different lightsabers. And, if you have a limited budget, look for a good deal, in the used market, and, make sure you're aware of your rights as the buyer and, what you can do if something with the transaction goes wrong. Definitely make sure you're aware of that. And don't send personal payments or the friends and family payments with PayPal, you guys. Don't do that because you have no buyer protections at all if you do that. But anyway, you can find some very good deals, in the secondary market for a first lightsaber. And then, you could just move one lightsaber at a time that way. Get one lightsaber for a good price in the secondhand market, enjoy it for a while, sell it, and then use that money that you got back from selling it, use that money to get a new lightsaber. So you can even just have one lightsaber at a time that way, or you can maybe have a few like this by doing that method. So what do you guys think about the catch and release method? I know that there are definitely other lightsaber enthusiasts that do this. I'm not sure if they call it this. That was just kind of the best phrasing I could come up with to, kind of pin down this kind of endeavor. But if you can think of a better term, please comment below. But let's talk a little bit more about this catch and release method, and please share your thoughts on it. Do you partake in it? What do you think? Or do you get really attached to a lightsaber? Because I can understand that too, especially if you get a lightsaber that's highly customized, highly personalized, then the catch and release method may not be for you. Although you can always do kind of a blend, right? So you can do, you can get some lightsabers with the catch and release method, and then you could also have a lightsaber or two or more that are just part of your permanent collection. So feel free to comment below.